Hello, everybody, and welcome to the game where it's not just about finding the right answer, it's about finding the best answer that counts. We've got 4 contestants ready to play. They are Steve, Rebecca, Colin and Gwen. Only one will make it through to the final and prove themselves unbeatable. The first round is the Money Maker. This is where our contestants can build some cash. This is important for 2 reasons. The top earner secures the advantage in the next round, plus the more cash banked, the bigger the pot to play for in the final. First up, let's meet Steve. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Jason.
Where are you from?
Holmes Chapel in Cheshire.
Not too far from me, that.
No, not too far at all.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a duty manager at the local leisure centre.
OK, so you've got a keen interest in sport?
Yeah, big fan of sport, football, cricket, American football. United fan, sorry to disappoint you.
Well, it's been lovely to see you, Steve. Well, you never know if a football question comes up.
Fingers crossed.
Who's at home cheering you on, Steve?
Girlfriend, stepdaughter and my new baby girl, Sienna.
Oh, lovely. How old's she?
14, 15 weeks old now.
Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
What a lovely thing to happen. All right, let's see what we can do for you, Steve. Here is how the Money Maker works. You can have 3 questions. Each correct answer is worth £100. And keep an eye on the answers because they're all related and they'll come back for an unbeatable question at the end. Here is your first money-making question. At home, see if you can work out what connects all our answers. The collective noun for which of these animals is known as a bloat? Hippo or king cobra?
Bloat sounds like a big word to me, so I'm going to go with hippo.
It's the sensible choice. Let's find out. Yeah, very good. £100 straight into the bank. Let's get your second money-making question. A costly and unwanted gift is often referred to as a white what? Elephant or zebra?
Say elephant.
Let's find out. Yeah, there you go. White elephant. £100 in the bank. A white zebra is just a horse, isn't it? Right, let's get your third question. In The X-Files, what was the first name of Mulder as played by David Duchovny? Fox or Beaver? Steve, what do you reckon? Did you ever watch the show?
Never watched the show, but Fox sounds like it could be a name, so I'll go with Fox.
Yeah, if it's not Fox, I'm going home. £100 if it is. Yeah, of course. I'm not sure it'd be quite the hit with Beaver Mulder in charge. OK, so another £100 goes into your pot. Well done, £300. And we'll bring all those answers back. Did you work out what connects them all?
Animals.
All animals. Let's have a look at our unbeatable question. Could be worth £1,000, this. Which of these animals has the longest typical lifespan in the wild? Hippo, fox, beaver, king cobra, zebra, elephant. This is according to the National Geographic. So one of the answers is unbeatable. If you pick it, it's worth £500. The second answer's worth £400, the third £300, and so on and so forth. So, which answer do you reckon it is?
Go with hippo.
Hippo. Let's bring hippo down. Hippo. Can't imagine it's got many enemies, can you? Yeah.
No.
But how confident do you feel in your answer? If you reckon it's unbeatable, you can press your buzzer. If you're right, it's worth £1,000. You'll go through to the next round with a maximum bank of £1,300. If you press it and you're wrong, though, you'll go through with just the 300. Your time to decide starts now. Yeah, there we go. Why not? OK, let's find out. We're looking for which animal had the longest typical lifespan in the wild. Steve's gone with hippo. Let's find out for £1,000 if it's unbeatable. Oh, it wasn't, I'm afraid.
Never mind.
All right, let's have a look at the answers up on the board. And our unbeatable answer was elephant, 60 to 70 years, hippo, 40 years, zebra, 25 years, the beaver, 24 years, king cobra, 20, all the way through to the fox, which is just 2 to 4 years. So, Steve, £300, and we'll see you in the next round.
Thanks very much.
Next up, let's meet Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
Where are you from?
Just outside Coventry.
And what do you do for a living?
I work for a bank.
OK, so are you expert at maths?
No.
No?
No.
Any mathematical questions come up? Are we coming to you?
No, see you later. No.
What about specialist subjects? Anything that you're interested in?
I like film. I don't mind sport.
And who's at home cheering you on today?
My husband Steve and daughter Hannah.
Ah, lovely. And if you won some money, Rebecca, what would that get spent on?
Well, not on them.
No,
no, it
absolutely. Too right. You won it.
would like to go to Canada to do the train through the Rocky Mountains. Just be lovely.
Wow, that would be incredible. All right, well, let's see what we can do. Here is your first money-making question. Which of these people features on a Bank of England £5 note first issued in 2016? Crikey, this has landed on your lap, hasn't it?
Oh dear.
Churchill or Wellington?
I believe that was Churchill.
OK, a lot of pressure here, Rebecca. You've got to go back to work.
I'll be fired, yeah.
Let's find out if it's Churchill. It is. Whew. Bit of pressure there, wasn't it? There's £100 goes into your bank. Here's your second moneymaker question. What is the surname of the Home Guard sergeant played by John Le Mesurier in Dad's Army? Brown or Wilson?
Wilson.
All right, let's
I
find
can
out
see
if it's...
Captain Mannering saying it.
You can see him, yeah? Let's find out if it's Wilson. Yes, there you go. £100 into the bank. Let's see if we can do the hat trick. Of these two names, which was given to the most babies born in 2020 in England and Wales? Cameron or May?
Cameron.
Cameron.
Yes.
OK, let's find out for £100. It was, well done. £300, full set. So let's get all our answers back. Did you work out what connects them all? Let's have a look. What do you reckon?
Prime Minister?
Prime Ministers. Let's have a look at your unbeatable question. Which of these people was Prime Minister of the UK for the longest total period of time? Cameron, May, Wilson, Churchill, Wellington, Brown. You up on your politics, Rebecca?
Not really. There's a couple that I know did a couple of stints.
OK, who was that?
Wilson and Churchill.
All right. If you pick me the unbeatable answer, it's worth £500. The second answer's worth £400, £300 for the third, and so on to zero. What do you reckon?
I will go with my gut instinct and say Wilson.
Wilson. OK,
Yes.
let's bring Wilson now. If Wilson is unbeatable, it's worth £500, but if you press your buzzer, it could be worth double that. The risk is, if you press it and you're wrong, you'll go through with just the 300.
Yep.
Your time to decide starts now. Straight in. There we go, Rebecca. That's the spirit. Let's find out if Wilson is unbeatable for £1,000. Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't unbeatable. Let's have a look how the answers stack up. Let's see what you would have got if you'd not pressed your buzzer. And you'd have got £400. It was the second answer on the board. You've done the exact same thing as Steve.
Yeah.
Our unbeatable answer was Churchill. 8 years, 7 months. Harold Wilson, 7 years and 9 months. David Cameron, 6 years and 2 months. Theresa May, 3 years. Gordon Brown, 2 years and 11 months. And the Duke of Wellington, 1 year and 11 months. Rebecca, £300, that's not so bad.
No, that's good.
We'll see you in the next round.
Thank you.
Well done. Up next, it's Colin. Hi, Colin.
How you doing?
I'm very well. Where are you from?
Lanarkshire.
And what do you do for a living?
I'm a comedian.
What do you want to do that for? It's a terrible job. Who's at home cheering you on today?
My partner Jack and my little cross Maltese Terrier Cara.
Oh, cute. And have you got any other hidden talents that we need to know about, Colin?
Oh, well, I tell people I can whistle polyphonically.
What does this mean?
I can kind of whistle very low, but I can do more than one note.
I think we all need to hear this.
It's really not very good.
Well, we'll be the judge of that. Let's have a listen. Go on. Is there no tune to it?
My mouth's a bit dry.
All right. That's exciting. I love that. Colin, if you won some money today, what would you spend it on?
I think Jack and I would love to take my mum, my stepdad and my little niece away on a holiday.
Oh, lovely. Where would you go?
Somewhere hot and cheap.
Hot and cheap. Love it. Sounds perfect. Let's see if we can get you there.
Sure.
Here is your first money-making question. £300 to beat. Which day of the week is named after the supreme god in Norse mythology? Tuesday or Wednesday?
I haven't a clue, so I'm just going to risk it and go with Wednesday.
Wednesday. Let's find out. Very good. Wednesday was the answer, named after Odin. £100. Let's get your next money-making question. According to the lyrics in the single 7 Days, when did Craig David chill? Sunday or Monday?
Sunday.
Yeah, he was chilling on a Monday. 700 quid. Here we go. There you go, it was. £100 in the bank. Stress on a Monday. Sundays for chilling, agreed. Let's have our third money-making question. Here we go. Let's see if we can do the hat trick. In the UK, general elections are typically held on which day of the week? Thursday or Friday?
I should know this. We'll go with a Thursday.
Thursday for £100. Let's find out. Very good. £100 in there. So, another one who's got the hat trick, but will you go one step further and find the unbeatable answer? Let's have a look how all these answers are related. Well, there you go, all days of the week. Let's get the question. The French word for which of these days of the week comes first alphabetically? That's not a good face, that, Colin. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Sunday, Tuesday. Parlez-vous français, Colin? No.
No.
Anglais?
Just to be désolé. I'm going to have to go and make a guess of Thursday.
Right, let's go with Thursday. If you're feeling suddenly confident.
I'm really not.
No?
No.
OK. I'm going to give you the choice anyway. If you want to press the buzzer, it's worth £1,000 if you're right. Your time to decide starts now.
3, 2.
Oh, he's gone for it anyway. Wow. Magnifique. Let's have a look. If Thursday for £1,000 is unbeatable. Oh, that would have been incredible.
Kelsey, please.
Let's pop them back up and see what our unbeatable answer was. You've done exactly the same as Steve and Rebecca. You got the second answer on the board. So Sunday is our unbeatable answer. Dimanche. Thursday is jeudi. Lundi is Monday. Tuesday, I'm always a bit mardy on a Tuesday as well. Tuesday is mardi. Mercredi is Wednesday. Vendredi is Friday. Hope you enjoyed my French there at home. Colin, so you've done the same as the others. £300.
Thank you very
And
much.
we'll see you in the next round.
Cheers.
Cheers. Finally, let's meet Gwen. Hi, Gwen.
Hi,
Where are you from?
London.
London. What do you do, Gwen?
I was a lawyer, but I'm retired now.
And you were a lawyer elsewhere in the world as well. You weren't always in the UK.
No, I had 2 years in Singapore in the mid-80s, which was absolutely fantastic.
What an experience that must have been.
Yeah.
Any hot topics, anything that you're really interested in?
Well, I quite like history, geography, but I'm not going to tempt fate.
And out of our questions that have come up so far, I mean, they've all gone for that unbeatable buzzer. Would you have got any of those?
I don't think so, actually.
No. French days of the week? Not your strong point?
Certainly not, no. I've forgotten all my French.
All right, let's see if we can win you some money. Here is your first question. What is the surname of the family of British actors whose members include Michael, Vanessa, Corinne, Lynn and Gemma? Gascoigne or Redgrave?
I think that's Redgrave.
All right, let's find out for £100. Yeah, lovely. £100 in the bank. OK, next money-making question for Gwen. Which of these is the name of one of the Orkney Islands? Hoy or Gigs?
I think that's Hoy.
Hoy. Let's find out. Very good. Another £100 goes into the bank there. Let's get our third question up. Are you checking at home what connects these answers? The vast majority of dessert bananas imported into the UK are which variety? Cavendish or Wilkinson?
I think it's Cavendish.
OK, let's find out. For the hat trick, is it Cavendish? Yeah, very good. So, £300, you've got the maximum amount of questions right as well. And we go to our unbeatable question. Did you work out what connected all these answers?
I think they're all cyclists.
Let's have a look. Which of these sports people won the BBC Sports Personality of the Year award first. Hoy, Gascoigne, Cavendish, Giggs, Wilkinson, Redgrave. If you find me the unbeatable answer, it's worth £500, £400 for the second, and so on and so forth. What are you thinking? So they're all a variety of sports.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go for Gascoigne because I seem to recollect he was a footballer quite a while ago.
Yes, OK, let's go with Gascoigne. OK, Gwen, pressure's on here. Are you going to do the same as the other three, or are you going to go one step further, press that buzzer, but be right? It's worth £1,000 if you press it, and you are. It will take you into the lead and give you the advantage in the next round. If you press it and you're not right, though, you'll go through with just the 300. Your time to decide starts now. We got another presser. Love it, Gwen. So, is it Gascoigne? Some big names up there. This could take Gwen into the lead for £1,000. Is Gascoigne unbeatable? Yes! We finally did it! Well done, Gwen. Back of the net. £1,000 goes into your bank there. Let's have a look how the answers all stack up. Paul Gascoigne, footballer, 1990. Steve Redgrave, the rower, in 2000. Johnny Wilkinson, the rugby player, in 2003. Chris Hoy, cyclist, 2008. Ryan Giggs, football, 2009. And Mark Cavendish, cycling, 2011. Gwen, well done. We finally got there with somebody. You are going into the next round in the lead. We'll see you shortly.
Thank you.
That's the end of the Moneymaker. Let's take a look at what you've banked so far. So 3 of you on £300, all very unlucky with that unbeatable buzzer. Gwen, the only one to taste success. £1,300 and you're in the lead. Well done. Now it's time for the head-to-head. In this round, the contestants will compete against each other to stay in the game. Gwen, you have banked the most money, so you have to pick out of these 3 who you'd like to go up against. Tough one, because they all got their answers right.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I think I might go for Colin, please.
Colin, all right. It's time for Gwen versus Colin. Let battle commence. OK, Gwen versus Colin. It's now a game of survival. One of you will be going through to the next round. The other will leave with nothing. The first to win 2 question boards stays in the game. You'll both face the same question board and take it in turns to choose an answer. You want to pick the unbeatable answer, but if you can't find it, just find me an answer that beats your opponent. Here is your first question board. Of these 6 musical acts, which has been chosen most often by castaways on desert island discs? Bob Marley, Crazy Frog, Frank Sinatra, Puccini, The Beatles, Nina Simone. Gwen.
Well, because it's part of my youth, I'm going to go for the Beatles.
The Beatles. And there's a lot of songs to choose from. What do you reckon, Colin?
I think I'm going to go for Bob Marley.
Bob Marley. All right, let's bring Bob Marley down. You've both chosen an answer. Do either of you feel you've got the unbeatable answer? If you press the button and you're right, you will win £1,000 and the first board. But if you're wrong, you give that board and £100 to your rival. Your time to decide starts now.
3, 2.
He's gone for it. It's OK, Colin. Wow, second pick and brave enough to go unbeatable.
Why not?
It's worth £1,000 and the board if you are right. Let's go through these one at a time. We're going to start with Crazy Frog. You would hope so. I don't know how many times it's been chosen on Desert Island Discs, but we're trying to find the artist that's been picked the most. Let's find out. Yeah, there you go. Nina Simone is next. Let's find out. So far, so good. Puccini is next. The Highbrow Show. Let's find out. Oh, Puccini beats Bob Marley. Unlucky that, Colin. Well worth going for, especially on that first board when you've got time to pull it back. So £100 goes into your bank there, Gwen, and you win the first board. Let's have a look at what our unbeatable answer was. The Beatles. That's what you went for, Gwen. If you'd have pressed that buzzer, it would have been worth £1,000. Frank Sinatra in second, Puccini third, Bob Marley was fourth, Colin, Nina Simone fifth, and all the way through to Crazy Frog. I don't know who picked that in 6th place. OK, so, Colin, you need this next one to stay in the game. Which of these things did the UK export most of in 2021 based on the monetary value of the goods? Pharmaceuticals, motor vehicles, aircraft, plastics and plastic products, electronic equipment, organic chemicals. Colin, what do you reckon?
I'll go for pharmaceuticals.
Pharmaceuticals. What do you think, Gwen?
Well, I would have gone for pharmaceuticals because of the vaccine.
It was a big year for pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
That's why I picked it.
Think anything else can beat it?
I think maybe electronic equipment.
Electronic equipment. All right, let's find out. If either of you feel you've got the unbeatable answer, press that buzzer. If you're right, it's worth £1,000 and the board. That board, Gwen, would send you through. It would draw you level, Colin. Your time to decide starts now.
3,
He's straight in again, I love it. What's happening? You got a taxi book, Colin? OK, let's go through this one answer at a time. Organic chemicals. In monetary terms, which did the UK export more of? Let's find out. Very good. Plastics and plastic products are next. Do we make many of them? Let's find out. So far, so good. Aircraft is next. Let's find out. Very good. Electronic equipment is next. It's what you went for, Gwen. Let's find out. If it's electronic equipment, Gwen will take this board and go through. Colin is hoping for pharmaceuticals. Oh, wow. Colin, it was great reasoning. You both thought it, that it was pharmaceutical. So you get £100 and the board, Gwen. Well done. Let's have a little look how the answers all stack up. And our unbeatable answer was actually motor vehicles. Electronic equipment was second, all the way down to organic chemicals in 6th position. Colin, you pressed the buzzer 3 times and been wrong each time.
What are you going to do?
Oh, mate. Well, do you know what? It was exciting watching. What a ride. What a rush.
Been great fun. Still enjoyed myself.
I'm so glad you have. Best of luck with your stand-up comedy. Hopefully
Cheers.
see you on the circuit at some
Hopefully.
point. All right. All the best. Colin, everybody. Gwen managed to get through. You didn't even have to answer a question. Pretty good work, wasn't it?
Not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Keep that going. You'll do very well. £1,500 in your bank, and we'll see you in the next round. But who will she face? It's time for Steve versus Rebecca. OK, Steve and Rebecca. Both have pressed the buzzer, both been wrong. Will that dictate how you play this round? Same as before, first 2 boards will go through. It's Steve versus Rebecca. And here is your first question board. Which of these elements is most abundant in the air that we breathe? Krypton, xenon, oxygen, nitrogen, methane, helium. Before the show, we draw lots backstage in case the numbers are the same. Steve, you won, so you get to pick first. How's your science?
Not great.
What do you reckon? The air that we breathe.
I think I'm going to go for nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Bring that down. Rebecca, what are you thinking?
Not a good subject for me either.
This is the air we breathe, guys. We
Yes.
should know about this.
We should.
I've no idea either.
Let's go for oxygen.
I mean, it does feel like the right answer. If you think that you have the unbeatable answer in front of you, press that buzzer. If you're right, it's worth £1,000 and the first board. But if you're wrong, as you've seen, you hand that board to your rival. Let's find out. We've got 3 seconds to decide.
3,
Steve's gone for it. You may as well on that first one.
First board, yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Give it a go.
I agree. OK, Steve's gone with nitrogen. Let's bring those answers over here. We'll start with xenon. But which is most abundant in the air that we breathe? Very good. Krypton's next. Who knew we were breathing in krypton? No wonder we can't fly. Nitrogen versus krypton, but which is more abundant in the air that we breathe? Very good. Methane is next. I know it comes out a lot, but does it go in? Let's find out. Yes, very good. Helium's next. Come on now. Can't be that much, can they? Let's find out. Nitrogen or helium? All right, so it actually comes down to the two answers that you both gave. Nitrogen versus oxygen. Come on down, oxygen. But which of them is more abundant in the air that we breathe? This is worth £1,000 for Steve and the first board if he's right. Let's find out. Wow, it was nitrogen. Well done, Steve. Professor Steve over here. £1,000 goes into your bank and you win that first board. Let's have a look at the answers as they stack up there. Wow, look at that. 78% of the air that we breathe is nitrogen. 21% is oxygen. All the way down to xenon, which is barely none of. There you go. I tell you what, if I was nitrogen, I'd be livid. I'd want a bit more like, I'm keeping you alive. OK, 1 board to 0 to Steve. Rebecca, you need this next one to stay in the game. Let's have a look at it. Which of these continents contains the most countries? Africa, Australia, Oceania, Antarctica, North America, Asia, South America. Rebecca, you get to go first. Now think about this. If you go unbeatable on this one, you can catch up and get that board if you're right. Otherwise, we battle it out one answer at a time.
Just go with my first gut instinct, I think, and go for Africa.
Africa. What do you think, Steve? You've lived in other countries over the years, have you?
Yeah, I lived in Germany for 7 or 8 years.
OK, well, that's not helpful, is it? OK, what do you think?
I'm going to go for Asia.
Asia. Seems to be a lot of countries in both of those places, but we're looking for which one has the most. If you think you've got the unbeatable answer in front of you, press that buzzer. As you've seen, it's worth £1,000 on the board if you're right. But if you're wrong, you would hand that board to your rival. You've got 3 seconds to decide.
3.
Steve's gone for it again. All right, let's go through this one at a time. We'll start with Antarctica. We all know the answer. Here we go. Yeah, of course it is. 0 countries in Antarctica. Next up, South America. Which of these continents contains the most countries? Let's find out. So far, so good. 12 countries in South America. Australia, Oceania is next. We're looking for most countries. 14 countries there. North America. But which continent contains most countries? You're getting nervous there, Rebecca. Here we go. Yes. 23 countries. So, we meet again. Asia and Africa. The two answers that you both went for. This time, will it tip in Rebecca's favour? If it does, it keeps you in the game. If not, Steve is going through. I can tell you that one continent has 54 countries, the other has 49. Let's find out which one is unbeatable. Oh, Rebecca! She lives to fight another day. Well done. Could have gone unbeatable. It was worth £1,000. So £100 goes into your bank and that board, which keeps you in the game. Let's have a look at them in order. As I said, 54 countries are in Africa, 49 in Asia, all the way through to 0 in Antarctica. So, well played. 1-1. Oh, Rebecca. Had a skin of your teeth there. It all comes down to this deciding question board. Whoever gets it is going through. Of these 6, who came highest in the Forbes 2021 list of the world's 100 most powerful women? Oprah Winfrey, Rihanna, Serena Williams, the Queen, Christine Lagarde, Ursula von der Leyen. All right, Steve, what do you reckon?
There's 2 on there I've never heard of, and then some seem more obviously powerful than others. Go on, I'll go for the Queen.
The Queen.
Yeah.
All right. Rebecca, what are you thinking?
Again, there's 2 that I haven't heard of on there. Oprah Winfrey.
Oprah Winfrey. If either of you feel you've got the unbeatable answer in front of you, you can press your buzzer. You've got 3 seconds to decide.
3. 2, 1.
No chance that time, Steve, was it?
No.
Too much to lose, eh? So we battle it out. One answer at a time. First to 2 battles wins the board, and it's £100 for each battle you get right. We've got the Queen versus Oprah Winfrey. Let's find out. Oprah Winfrey takes it. £100 goes into your bank there, Rebecca, and you win the first battle. OK, we're down to 4. 2 you've heard of, 2 you haven't.
Yes.
We're looking for most powerful on the list of 100 most powerful women in the world.
Let's go for Rihanna.
Rihanna. Steve. What are you thinking?
I'll go for Christine Lagarde.
Christine Lagarde. OK. If it's Christine Lagarde, you will draw level in battles. If it's Rihanna, Rebecca, you've not only won that battle, but you've won the second board and you'll go through. Let's find out. It was Christine Lagarde. Well done. A battle goes to Steve. £100 goes into your bank. And we're down to these 2. Serena Williams, Ursula von der Leyen. We're looking for most powerful woman in the Forbes list of powerful women. What do you reckon?
I'll take the tactic that served me well last time and pick the one I've never heard of. I'm going to go for Ursula von der Leyen.
OK, Ursula von der Leyen, which means, Rebecca, you have Serena Williams.
Yep.
Who would you have picked?
I would have picked Serena.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Powerful serve,
Yes.
but does that matter? I don't know. The winner of this battle will win the board and go through to the next round to play Gwen. Ursula von der Leyen versus Serena Williams. We're looking for most powerful. Let's find out. Wow, his tactic works again. It was Ursula von der Leyen. £100 goes into your bank. The second battle goes to you, Steve, and the second board. Let's have a look at the answers, see if any of you had the unbeatable answer. And it was the 2 that you'd not heard of were further up on the list. So, Christine Lagarde is the president of the European Central Bank. So that's why she's third, as opposed to a singer and a tennis player. And Ursula von der Leyen is the president of the European Commission. So she's 8th, all the way through to Serena Williams' 85th position. Which means, Rebecca, we've got to say goodbye. I'm so sorry. It's been brilliant to have you.
Thank you.
Have you enjoyed yourself?
Lovely. Super, yes. Thank you.
Great stuff. All the best. Rebecca, everybody. OK, Steve, you got through, mate.
Just about.
£1,500. You are going through to face Gwen. It's time for the decider. Whoever wins will play for their bank in today's final. It's Steve versus Gwen. Here is how this round works. Gwen and Steve, you're going to take it in turns to choose an answer. The first player to find the unbeatable answer wins the board, and the sooner you find it, the more money you will bank. The first of 2 boards wins the game. Here is your first question board. Which of these notorious criminals was born first? John Dillinger, Bernie Madoff, the Sundance Kid, Blackbeard, Ronnie Biggs, Al Capone. So before the show, we draw lots to decide who goes first in case it's the same. Steve, you won that. So what do you reckon?
Heard of a fair few.
Yeah.
So I can hopefully work this out, and I'm going to start with Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. If Blackbeard is our unbeatable answer, it's worth £1,000 and the first board. Let's see if it is. It was the unbeatable answer. Well done. So £1,000 goes into your bank and the first board. Let's see how these answers stack up. And our unbeatable answer, around 1680 for Blackbeard. The Sundance Kid, around 1870. 1899, Al Capone. John Dillinger, 1903. Ronnie Biggs, 1929. And most recently, Bernie Madoff, 1938. Oh, Gwen, that was a tough one to not get a look in, wasn't it?
Bit of a shame.
Yeah, it was a shame. But that's the way it falls sometimes. This is your chance. Let's get our next question board. Which of these cities is highest above sea level? London, Andorra la Vella, Madrid, Denver, Mexico City, Milan. What do you reckon, Gwen?
I think I'm going to say Denver.
Denver, OK. If it's Denver, it's worth £1,000 and the next board. Let's find out. Is Denver unbeatable? Not. It was the second answer on the board. Steve, another shot at it here.
That's what I would have said. Mile High City's the nickname. Gonna go for Andorra la Vella.
Andorra la Vella. If you are right, and that's the unbeatable answer, it's worth £800 and the board that will see you through to the final. Let's find out if Andorra la Vella is unbeatable. It wasn't. That was the third answer on the board, so there's still one answer up there, Gwen, better than the two you've given. We're looking for highest above sea level. I mean, your own town is up there, but you don't fancy it?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm going to go for Madrid.
Madrid, okay. Here we are, for £600 and the board. Is Madrid unbeatable? Oh, the fourth answer on the board. Can you find it, Steve?
Mexico City.
Mexico City. If this is right, you'll have won your second board and £400, and you'll be through to the final if Mexico City is unbeatable. It is! Well done. So £400 goes into your bank. You also win that second board. Let's have a look at how they stack up here. Our unbeatable answer, as I said there, was Mexico City, 2,400 metres above sea level. Denver, 1,700 metres. 1,000 metres above was Andorra la Vella. Madrid, 650 metres. Milan, 120 metres. And where we're sending Gwen back to, London, just the 10 metres. We've got to say goodbye, Gwen.
It's been a great day. I've really enjoyed it.
I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased. Gwen, everybody. Steve, you're through. That's been your response every time.
Well, surprised.
Not at all. £2,900, and you're going through to today's final. Welcome to the final. Steve, well done. £2,900. If you won some money today, Steve, what would you spend it on?
I'd like to go to America, watch NFL. It's always been something I'd love to do.
Yeah, who's your team? Where would you go to?
New Orleans.
Oh,
the Saints.
what a place.
Yeah, it'd be a great place to go, regardless of the American football, I guess.
Yeah, cool.
And then, obviously, if I've got any spare, or put it first, obviously, towards family.
Yeah.
Newborn baby and everything like that.
Yeah, of course. So after you've been abroad, come back, and
Yeah.
there you go. I bought you a buggy. All right, £2,900. You can win half of that, all of it, or even double it to £5,800. That'd be a hell of a trip, wouldn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
In the final, you get to pick the category, and then it all comes down to one final question. Should we have a look at the categories?
Yeah.
Here we go. Astronomy, celebs, or neither? A lot of head shaking there, Steve.
Yeah, astronomy is an absolute no-go. Celebs would purely depend on who they were. I'm going to go for neither.
Yeah, OK.
Yeah.
We're going to go with neither. Let's play the final. Best of luck, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Here is your final unbeatable question. Which of these annual British events is the oldest? Wimbledon, Henley Royal Regatta, Glastonbury Rock Festival, Hay Literary Festival, the Pride of Britain Awards, Royal Ascot. What do you reckon?
I know what 4 of them are. Wimbledon, I've heard of the Henley Royal Regatta, and then Glastonbury and Royal Ascot. I feel like I've heard of the Pride of Britain Awards, but I couldn't tell you from when.
OK. In the first instance, to win half your pot, 1,450, I need one answer that beats 2 others. So one event that is older than 2 others. If you can find an event that's older than 4 others, then that's your whole pot, 2,900. And if you find me the unbeatable answer, that's when it's £5,800.
I'm going to go for Royal Ascot. I feel like horse racing is definitely older than a couple up there. Yeah.
OK.
Royal Ascot, please.
So we'll bring Royal Ascot down. And now, to win half your bank, I just need Royal Ascot to be able to beat 2 of our answers up there. Which one's the first?
Glastonbury Rock Festival.
Glastonbury Rock Festival. Let's find out which event is oldest. We want it to be Royal Ascot. Very good. One more for £1,450.
Wimbledon.
Wimbledon. Is Royal Ascot older than Wimbledon? Let's find out. Very good. Well done. £1,450. So you've got a choice to make here, Steve. You can either leave with that That'll get you to New Orleans, will it?
Whether it gets me back.
Well, it might not get you back. But if you think you can find 2 more answers up there that Royal Ascot is older than, you could be going home with £2,900. Hay Literary Festival, Henley Royal Regatta, the Pride of Britain Awards.
I'll play on.
Brilliant. That's what we want to hear. OK, if either of these is wrong, you will go home with nothing. Which one are we going for first?
Pride of Britain Awards.
Pride of Britain Awards. Let's bring that down. Which one is oldest? Very good. Just the one more. One more for £2,900. Henley Royal Regatta, Hay Literary Festival.
I'll go Hay Literary Festival.
The Hay Literary Festival. How confident are you feeling in?
About 50-50.
Bang on.
Yeah, I reckon so.
This is worth £2,900 if Royal Ascot is older than the Hay Literary Festival. Let's find out. Good luck, Steve. Yeah, well done. Of course it is. There you go. £2,900 in the bank. And you've got one final decision to make. Royal Ascot versus Henley Royal Regatta. If you think you've got the unbeatable answer, you can press that buzzer. It's worth £5,800 if it goes red and you're right. If it went blue and you were wrong, you'd leave with absolutely nothing. I'm going to leave you to have a little think. Either let me know, or if you fancy it, press your buzzer.
No, I think I'm going to stop there.
All right, Steve, everybody, £2,900. What would your partner have been telling you to do at home?
She'd have probably wanted me to stop 2 answers ago, to be honest.
Should we have a look?
Yeah.
Let's bring it down. Did Steve make the right decision? Be great if this goes blue now, and you definitely did, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Let's find out. Did he miss out on £5,800? Which one's unbeatable? You'd actually pick the unbeatable answer. But look, £2,900. What an incredible amount of money.
Yeah, definitely.
Great stuff. Well, you've been a great player. Let's have a little look at the answers. Royal Ascot is 1711. What did you think it was?
I thought it was mid-1800s.
Henley Royal Regatta in Oxfordshire, 1839. 1877 for the tennis at Wimbledon. Glastonbury Rock Festival, 1970. The Hay Literary Festival, 1988. And most up to date, 99 for the Pride of Britain Awards. Steve, £2,900. Enjoy New Orleans. Enjoy your new baby.
Thank you very much.
It's been lovely to meet you. Steve, everyone. That's all for today. Join us next time for more Unbeatable.